external factors decide whether or not you make it or not, so you can't expect to do it. So I was like, yeah, no problem.
This is Conversing with the People. I'm going to be talking to Chris Astill-Smith about his upcoming channel swim, his promotion and his charity fundraising. What motivates you to want to do the swim in the first place?
I kind of got bored of just like going to the gym and stuff, so we climbed, me and a few friends, like we were doing a shoot for Newt Strength and we climbed Snowdon. I just thought like this is so much better, like being outside and just like a lot more like adventurous, you know. It's so much better than just sort of just being in the gym 5-6 days a week. I just didn't find it that exciting anymore, but I still wanted to keep fit, and you know, it's such a big part of my life. So, but I just thought I want to give myself a massive challenge, and what have I always been good at? Been good at swimming since like a young age. So then I thought, what's the hardest swimming challenge out there? And it's like to swim the channel. Like everyone knows it. Like that's one of the hardest things that you can do. That's sort of why I decided. So then story was then came back. I was like straight to my mum and I was like, Mum, I want to swim the channel. I know this is going to sound crazy. And she's like, right, okay. She's like, I support you and stuff, but you have to know that like only 50% of people succeed that attempt it, and you can be the strongest swimmer, and you know, external factors decide whether or not you make it or not, so you can't expect to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, no problem. And then so then I just, the next day I found I was getting in touch with coaches. I was just Googling like people in London, and then I found this guy Tim. He's the coach of Red Top Swim, which is my training team, and he coaches people to swim the channel. And he's got a 85% success rate of crewing people across, which is pretty good, seeing as only like 50% actually succeed. So, which is pretty good. Then I met with him. We went for a coffee, and then I just basically said, "Look, I want to do the channel. Haven't swam in 6 years. Do you think it's possible in 18 months? And can I book a slot in 18 months? Because it's really you have to book it really far in advance." And he's like, "Come for a session, and we'll see what like level you are." I went for a session, and he's like, "Yeah, 2017, you can do it. I've got a slot available. Do you want me to pencil it in?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I need a deposit of £1,000, and that was it. No going back." Pretty much. Yeah. So that's how it all started, really.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a point since you started that you've regretting saying you'll do it and like letting everyone know you'll do it?
Not really.
No,
not really. I mean, there's times when I wish I wasn't in the position that I'm in, which is like with all the training, and I can't go out and party anymore, not until it's over.
Yeah.
And like a lot of my social life's just been zero, you know. So there's times when I'm like, I wish I wasn't in the position right now, but never have I thought like I regret making this decision, because it's something that's just I want to do so badly, and like I think since I publicly announced it, the support has just been insane. Like so many people have donated, and so many people are just saying what you're doing is just insane, like it's great, and it just sort of motivates me a bit. It makes me feel like, wow, I am actually doing something a bit crazy.
Do you think you underestimated how hard it was going to be, like, now knowing after all this training, when you first thought of the idea?
No, I knew the training was going to be tough, and I knew it was going to be hard. But what I sort of didn't expect was all the injuries and recovering from all the injuries.
All right.
And sort of staying positive through all the injuries, because I kind of felt like I don't have. Back when I started, didn't have any injuries, and now I swim like 30 kilometers each week, 35 Ks each week, and you imagine the pressure on all the different joints and stuff. And yeah, like I told you earlier, I've had problems with, first it was my right shoulder, then that fixed itself, then it was my left shoulder, and then I had like an ear infection when I went on antibiotics, and that just made me so tired. And then I had I got golfer's elbow. I've got that at the moment, so I'm getting physio on that. and it's just like it's so frustrating going through like sort of deciding how much training should I be doing during the injury time, because you don't want to push it so that it gets worse, but then again you know you have to a certain mileage you have to hit each week, so it's like it's just hard. You have to just become really in tune with your body. I guess just trust people, trust my physio and my coach and stuff. Yeah.
So how many kilometres have you swam since you started? So since in the last 15 months, or whatever it is, since you started training?
I don't know how long it's been since then, but since January I started recording them, which was, I think it's about 550k so far. So
pretty far.
Probably by the time it gets to August, it might be like 800, 900, something like that. Yeah,
it's pretty big distance.
Pretty insane. That's like a long way.
And what's the charity you've chosen to raise money for?
It's called Dreams Come True,
mm-hmm.
And it's basically for kids with life-limiting conditions. It helps them achieve their dreams and goals. So I'm trying to raise £25,000 for them. So the reason why I chose them was really because I've had a lot of opportunity in my life, a lot to be grateful for, and these guys don't really have that. And I quite like working with kids as well and like helping out kids and stuff. So that's why I kind of felt quite close to that, you know. And I know firsthand, like, having a dream is so powerful, you know. My dream to swim the channel, and these guys have different dreams, but something a lot smaller, but it means so much more to them. Like, for example, they could be terminally ill. There was a kid who was terminally ill, and his dream was to go to the zoo to pet the giraffes and stuff. And they took him there, and, you know, he was in hospital for like a year and he hadn't smiled once, and then they took him there and he smiled and he wouldn't stop talking about that day, and then like 2 weeks later he passed away. But, you know, like, that made such a difference in his life.
Yeah.
Because he was only 2 years old, so it's like such a big thing. But it can be lots of things like that, as simple as that, or like as simple as go to Trampoline World, or and then you could go somewhere like Disneyland Paris or things like that, and it means a lot for them. Yeah, so that's what we're doing it for.
Okay, and then so to promote the swim, people may not know, but I'll put a link there. You've taken a Boris Bike or a Santander cycle around the world.
All around the world, yeah. So that was like the marketing, the big marketing campaign that we did. Yeah. So well, first of all, we posted a video on Facebook in January announcing the swim. And loads of people donated. About, I think in like 2 days, 24 or 48 hours, I got like £2,000 of donations. And I was like, wow, people are really generous. They're putting like 50 quid, 100 quid in, everyone, and it was really nice. And then, but I've been planning the campaign for like since August of the Boris Bike. So me and my friend Alex, we basically took a London Boris Bike and we took it all around the world. We took it to, I think, 8 destinations. So we started we took it out of I think we took it in Westminster, took it out, and then we had to buy this big bike box, and we took it on the plane, and we went to New York, then Vegas, then San Francisco, then Paris, then Rome, then Dubai, then Delhi, and then Agra, in where the Taj Mahal is in India. Yeah, we did it all in 2.5 weeks. So we took it to all these places. Yeah, it was so much fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then we made it into a 2-minute video. We posted it online on YouTube and sent it into like loads of tabloids like Daily Mail and Evening Standard, and they posted it on their Facebook pages, and it sort of went viral. And overall, I think it got about 500,000 views. Yeah, which was cool, and like people donating who I didn't even know, so it was really good. So good. Definitely got in front of the press, you know. It's shown by Daily Mail, Evening Standard, Lonely Planet.
I think I saw Time Out.
Time Out did, yeah.
It's like Unilad as well.
Unilad, yeah, Unilad, IB Times. Yeah, there was definitely some good ones, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, have you been recognised from that video in real life?
Well, there was one time, I think just after it came out, when I was just like walking down High Street Kensington, and you could tell like this couple were like looking at me like really funny, and like looking and pointing, and then I just like we walked past them and like you could hear them say like I heard them say like I was the guy from the Boris Bike video. Yeah, I think that's the only time
Really?
I was actually recognised. Yeah.
I was hoping there might be like a story about a girl in the bar or something.
No, I wish.
Maybe still to come.
Yeah.
One more question about the actual swim. Do you ever think about what you're swimming over? What's beneath you? Because you're going to be crossing some fairly deep water when you're crossing the channel.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's something that's also. You might not think I swim in the channel like gotta be fearless, you know. But actually, like that actually scares me. Like not knowing what's underneath you.
I think it scares most people.
It's like exactly. It's the unknown really. And they say the channel doesn't have sharks in, but does it? I don't know. I've put off like googling it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any shark videos in like a year or anything. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
But the jellyfish as well. There's going to be loads of jellyfish. It's really common to get stung by jellyfish. Even when I trained down in Dover last weekend, swimming, and you can only see like 2 meters in front of you because the water's not that clear. So you're swimming fine, all relaxed, then all of a sudden, bang! Like a massive like jellyfish 5 foot long, straight in your face, and you're just like ah, and you get tensed up. But yeah, when I do the channel, actually, a lot of people leave at night time because you have to go on high tide, and high tide changes every day by an hour. So it really depends on your day when you leave. People could leave at 11 p.m. 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Like it changes each day. So it's really common to swim in dark, which is really like scary.
Yeah. And how do you stay straight when you're?
So you have the boat next to you.
Yeah.
And basically you always want to be about 3 meters from the boat. The boat will navigate you the shortest route, so it's ideal to just sort of stay very close to the boat. 'Cause a lot of people sometimes they go off 50 meters away from the boat, have to come back, and you're just adding time into the swim, which is not what you want. The shorter time you're in the channel, the better, because less chance something bad will happen because of all the tides changing, the weather can change. So the less time you're in there, the better, really. What else got?
And so how long actually do you expect it to take you? Or what's the average time?
So usually, I reckon it would take me about 12 to 14 hours.
Okay.
So you're not allowed to stop. Well, you can stop, but you have to tread waters, so you can't touch the boat, and you can't get on the boat. But so every 30 minutes, I'll stop to feed. So they'll throw like carbohydrate gels or like carbohydrate drinks out of the boat on a piece of string in a bottle to me, and basically 10 seconds, neck that, tread water, go again. Because the longer you take to feed, it's just the longer time in the water, the tide's moving, so it all adds up. If you're in there taking 2 minutes to feed, if you're feeding every half an hour for 14 hours, that's all adds up. So, you'll be swimming an extra hour in the sea, and it's not what you want. No. Yeah, but if I do it in a how I plan, I reckon 12 hours. 12 hours. If nothing goes wrong, it's a perfect day. 12 hours with my current pace. Yeah, but I'm prepared for it to be 14. Yeah.
And so you said 50% of people don't make it.
I think the statistic's 50%. Yeah.
How do you fancy your chances? Which 50% do you put yourself in? I
put myself in the making it.
Back yourself.
Yeah. I've not doubted it. Well, you do have doubts, but you have to just sort of turn them off.
Yeah.
And just say, you're going to make it, because if you have any sort of negativity mindset, then I might not make it, I don't know, then you probably won't make it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a mental game. You're in the sea for that long. It's only you and your mind playing on you. Your mind starts saying you're cold, you want to get out, and yet something inside of you is saying no, carry on. You're in so much pain. I've been in it before. Swam Lake Windermere last year, which was 18 kilometres, and it was cold, and it was the worst pain I've ever been in my entire life. So it's like I think after about 10 kilometres in, I started to get really, really cold, and I just didn't know if I could do it. My right shoulder, I tore a tendon tendonitis in my right shoulder, and I just wanted to quit, and climb on the boat, and I felt like I was seriously almost about to die, and but something inside of me just didn't want to fail. Psychologically, I was just like, it would kill me if I didn't make it, knowing like if I can't swim half the distance of the channel 1 year away, how am I supposed to do the whole thing? But it was a good learning experience and shows that I can seriously red line it when I have to, and probably a bit of a bad decision because I did have to have rehab for like 5 months after on my shoulder, and lots of corrective exercises and stuff, and I really didn't know if I was going to make bounce back, but it was fine in the end. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
And so if you do make it though, you start thinking about the future, about what's your next challenge if you swim the channel?
Yeah, I've started thinking about it a lot actually, yeah. I don't think I'm going to continue swimming, doing like I don't know, like there's lots of things I love about it. The open water, I love going down and swimming in the sea. I hate swimming in the pool. It's like sort of feels like dead water to me.
Yeah.
Like but the open water is only really in the summertime. But I wouldn't do anything like this big with regards to swimming again. Lots of people talk about doing the other oceans. So you've got like 7 oceans, that are hardest 7 oceans in the world. You've got the English Channel, the North Channel, which goes from Scotland to Ireland, the Gibraltar Strait, which goes from Gibraltar to Africa, and then the Cook Strait from the north to South Island in New Zealand, the Tsugaru Strait from North to South Island in Japan. There's one in Hawaii that goes from the 2 largest islands, I think, and then the Catalina Strait, which goes from an island off of California into I think it's San Francisco. Yeah, so they're the hardest sort of oceans, and I don't really fancy any of them, if I'm honest, because of like in all the other ones you find sharks and things, and for me that's just a step too far.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I will want something, but I don't know. I might take up skydiving or paragliding or do more hiking and stuff. That's what I thought about. I want to do the base camp of Ben Nevis, at least, Kilimanjaro, things like that. But I don't know. I haven't decided whether or not I'll continue swimming.
Okay, we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
So you have NutriStrength, the supplement company. Has that aided you at all with your training and dieting and?
Yeah, I mean we sell mainly protein powders, but there is other things like multivitamins and electrolytes, and we have protein bars as well. But yeah, it's been lucky to have them at my doorstep, just to use because I get through a fair bit of it. Yeah. So, but it's good, helps with recovery and things like that. So yeah, it's really good to have it on the side.
So how many calories have you been consuming in the average day?
Quite a lot, really. I had to gain weight, so that's another actually quite interesting part about everything. Is they say if you have abs, then you won't make it across the channel. So yeah, I've gained 2 stone since last year. Some muscle, but most of it's fat, to help with the insulation, basically, to help with the cold water. So it's like a fine line between getting too fat that it slows you down, and being fat enough that it keeps you warm. So going back to how many calories I'm eating, it depends on the day, on how much I'm training. If I'm doing a big like 10k, 11k day, then I'll try to eat a lot, like 6,000 calories, 5,000, 6,000. But on days when I'm maybe just doing 4 or 5k, maybe I will just eat 3,000, 3,500, something like that. And then on days off, 3,000. Yeah. Quite a lot of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is. Well, we'll have a link to your Facebook page and your Just Giving page and your video of Boris Bike as well. Yeah, that would be cool channel. Actually. If you have a link to the Facebook page, then you'll be able to live stream the event as well. So my brother will be on the boat, and we're going to try and live stream as much as possible where we have signal. And then the donation page and the Boris Bike video is quite a laugh. Cool. Well, good luck. Thanks, Callum. Cheers, mate. If you would like to find out more about Chris's cross-channel swim, you can head to the description section and follow the link to his Facebook page, or alternatively you can Google Chris Astill-Smith Channel Swim and find his Just Giving page. If you've got any comments or questions for Chris, please leave them in the comment section and we'll be doing a follow-up interview after his swim in a few weeks' time.